Well, here we are. We finished the arms up. As far as I know, I got as far as I could with the arms, is where I'm going to take them, where I think I needed to be. Got this metallic gold right here. I'm using through the top of the fittings of the hoses, just to separate separate the hoses and stuff from coming out of the back of the gun, or the blade gun, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, gun blade. So outside of that, I'll be popping in and out, letting you guys know what's going on. Appreciate if you watch. Thanks for sticking around. The orc build. Didn't realize I was out of frame. Here later in the video, I'll see that I'm having real troubles with my camera. I know I always say that. I'm getting a new camera. I'm not going to keep messing with this camera anymore. The camera's kind of old. It looks pretty good. It turns yellow. It turns off on me. I know I'm complaining a little bit, but just letting you guys know I'm trying different angles. Again, this seems to work pretty well in front of me. It's not too bad. As long as the camera stayed on, it wouldn't have been too big deal. But anyway, here's some silver. I patched some things up with some silver, went over some stuff, straightened it out. Going in now with this caramel on top of this wrapping around the tubes. I just didn't want to make them black. I didn't want to make them silver. I was trying to get that caramel look. I think I painted it a couple times to get the desired effect I was looking for. And still, after I dark washed it, you'll see here in a little bit, still did not get the effect I needed. So, and then I went over with some antique white, but here you go. This just filling in the straps with some color. Here I'm going back into the Createx black, the opaque black. Doesn't matter how many times you touch stuff up and think you got everything. Every time you see it at a different angle, you see that you miss spots. But basically that's what I'm doing now, is going in, just straightening it up, making my corners straight, making my line straight as possible. Like I said, it looks really bright right now. It looks kind of weird, but as soon as I put some dark wash on it, it looks better. I got this yellow here. I'm gonna try to do this. I tried to do this yellow. It didn't work out for me, so I went with a real bright yellow that my daughter gave me for the what I'm saying, for the the lightning bolt. And I decided to put in a black and white checkered effect here. In a minute I'll show you as well, like right here, after I did the lightning bolt on top there. And then I went into here's where I thought when I was doing the build that I just ruined the whole piece. I would have to go back in and redo it over again just to make it look like it was all run down. Right here it doesn't look good at all. Believe me, I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, just keep going, like I tell everybody all the time. Just layer it up and then you'll get to the desired look that you're looking for. But I'm trying it, and I decided, well, you know what, I'm making the yellow really bright, making it really bright, so that when I dull it down, I can really dull it and you can still see through the dark wash. So I made them as bright as, I put like 2 or 3 layers on them. Then I went with the black and made a checkered and yellow, black and yellow checkered sort of caution type thing is what I was looking for. Here I go and I'm making a checkered caution look type thing on the side of the arm. I decided to go with that. I don't know why, I just seen it and I thought, why not change it up, add some kind of, let me break it up a little bit. So like I said, I went with the yellow, brightened it up really well, went with the lightning bolt, brightened that up a little bit. Then I went in with some Createx black and made it a checkered black and yellow type of caution type looking thing. At this point, I'm kind of worried. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh man, this shit's all bright and stuff, and I don't know how it's gonna look. I hope the dark wash does settle it down and make it look like it's dingy. Like I said, I'm going for the dingy look. I'm not going for some bright, perfect colors and perfect, highlighted colors, perfect everything. I want it to look like it was worn out and done. So I'm coming in here, I'm just touching things up where I realized that I needed to touch up, because I wanted them, like I said, bright as I can possibly get them. I want all these colors that I'm doing now in colors bright as I can get them, so I can just tone them all back down. Here was where I took some opportunities where I saw some tubes and stuff going in and out of the gun, and I thought to myself, well man, I have to break it up a little bit. Much as I didn't really want to break this up, I was trying to make everything rusty looking, but at the same time I said to myself, well man, everything, it just can't be completely just one big red and orange ball. I have to break it up somehow. So like I've been mentioning already probably over and over again, I'm trying to highlight little accents here and there on the gun that you really can't see. I'm gonna bring them all up to a bright color, and then I'm gonna bring them right back down again. I decided to get a little bit brighter on the skull. I really wanted to be able to see that if you were looking at the figure. Not so much pop out at you, but at the same time, because I am going to dull it down, I think. I don't know if I did, no, I don't know if I dulled down the skull or not. I think I left it like this. Just going around, yeah, I left it like that. I just wanted to see the skull. I didn't want it to be too crazy bright, but at the same time, I wanted to be able to see it on the gun. Here's the dark wash, putting some water and black together, putting it all together right here. I'm going to go in, and I was hoping for the best at this point, and I'm just gonna dull it down, dull it all down, make it look like it's worn. It's funny because that piece that I'm washing right there is that break inside the red cable. It was crazy. I never knew that was there until the second day I was working on the gun. The attention to detail they put in this cheap figure is pretty amazing. But unfortunately, you can't see none of it because all of it's just hidden in one gray and silver color, which there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're into customizing, or you think about doing customizing, and you want something that's going to last you a little while and you can go really deep with this, this is a good $30 figure to go deep with. I wasn't even going to pick this figure up. I picked it up because I happened to go to GameStop, but I never really go anymore, and I got it for 15 bucks. But here, I'm just going to go back in. I'm going to darken. Well, I'm going to go. I went back in after I dark washed. I went back with the caramel. I just did the straps on here, the cloth or whatever holding these wires together just didn't look right. It just didn't look right when I dark washed it. It didn't pop enough. So I'm going in now, giving it a second coat, and then I'll go back in with some antique white and sort of dry brush over top of it, away from the detail of the cloth, and that's where I think I needed to be. So here's where I attempted to do some dry brushing, and I was kind of in a hurry, and it looked bad. The clip I did, thanks to my camera, did not record, so I can't. I'd let this part in here to show you, even if you mess up like I did, or you're not happy with something, not so much a mess up. If you're not happy with something, you can always redo it over again. But I'll show you here in a minute, at the end of this video, how the blade turned out. See, that looks horrible to me. That it just looked. I just repainted it to that old iron black, and it was over with, man. So I just went in, did subtle highlights on it. So outside of that, see, I just covered it all back up again and went with it. Okay, build. This is still build number 2, left arm. This here's where I decided I'm done with my camera. It has a yellow tint. I tried a different angle. I'll eventually get the best angle. I have several lights on this thing, and at the end of the video it looks fine, but here it's dull, and you may not think it is, but it's just a yellow tint. I can see it inside my software. I don't know what it is. So I went in with this here. I decided to go with some just regular opaque blue from Createx airbrush paint and some red model air paint for the hoses on top of this clamp for his arm. Here's some model air silver. I'm just going to go on top of this capacitor. I'll zoom up here in a little bit. Start zooming in. This capacitor, power supply, whatever you want to call it. I was debating back and forth whether to leave it rusty or not, but same thing applies to this arm. I did the other arm. I made everything bright as I could, even put the yellow thunderbolt on top of the piece right there, the capacitor. I put some color in the tubings. The right and left side down there, you can see the dark tubing that goes into the clamp. I don't know if you can see it right now because I'm flipping around and I know it's going fast. Right there. Right there. I decided to go silver on those two. I don't know why I'm telling you that. You'll see it in a minute anyway. Right here. I decided, you know what, man, the silver would break it up some more. And yeah, man, I'm making my lines as best as possible, as clean as possible, and making it bright as possible. So here, after I got everything where I needed it to be, I just colored, I don't know why, I went with some opaque Createx black airbrush paint and just went around the bolts here. just as a clamp. I don't know why. I don't know why I did that. Just to break it up again a little bit. I'm coming in a little bit with making the clamps a little bit darker down here at the bottom, just to make it a little darker on the teeth, on the ends of the teeth, or teeth, whatever you want to call it, the clamp. I'm going here with some dark wash. I'm going to go in here and just darken everything up now. That's about it. Same thing, just dark washing it all up. I'm going to tone it all down so it looks like it's been worn. So the only thing I did with the jaws was I took some of that berry wine and I put it on some, I dry brushed all the way around it, and I went some of that orange rust color and I dry brushed all the way around it. You'll see it here at the last part of the video. There's no sense in really, all I did is dry brush around the jaws is all I did. At the end here, this is going to be the final product, I believe, that I got to right here in a minute. Right here's where my camera decided to work again, have be nice and clear and bright. But anyway, this is the final product so far for the arms. This is where we're at. I know you can't really tell too much. This is kind of a quick thing. The blade, I switched that up a little bit, but that's it right there. They're all done. As far as I may go back and tweak something here and there if I see something needs to be tweaked, but I think that's it, man. So thanks for guys for watching. Thank you for sticking around. I appreciate it if you're following along with the build. Thank you guys again. Till next time for part 3.